Pangel and Voigt, a joinery in the Bavarian town of Regensburg. 9 employees and 2 apprentices produce kitchens, bathroom furniture, fitted cupboards and solutions for sloping ceilings here.
Seit 14 Jahren gibt es den Betrieb.
The business has been in existence for 14 years now. In the beginning it was just the 2 of us. Then after 2 years we took on the first journeyman. Now we have 9 employees. We chiefly use plastic laminated panels. I must add, unfortunately, because wood is being used less and less, simply a matter of price. Plastic laminated material is faster to process, so you can calculate completely differently. And plastic laminated panels have become so good that you can hardly tell them apart from wood.
The company used to use a table circular saw for cutting jobs. Now, for the very first time, the team is working with a pressure beam saw, the new HOLZMA HPP-130. The HPP-130 allows Stefan Pangel and Franz Voigt to cut single panels far more precisely, efficiently and ergonomically.
Wir haben vorher vor der Plattensäge alles mit der Formatkreissäge zugeschnitten.
Before we got the panel saw, we used to cut everything on the table circular saw. That meant that 2 people needed an hour to cut the material for an order, whereas today the same work can be done by 1 person in just 10 minutes. You are so much faster, you get better quality, and your back feels better.
There was enough space for a panel saw in the workshop. However, this horizontal panel saw needs little more space than a conventional table circular saw anyway.
If I put a table circular saw in, it would take up almost the same amount of space because I need room behind it, in front of it, and on each side of it. And now this whole thing is stood here and the panel disappears to the rear, so I don't need much more space.
When does it become worthwhile to use a HOLZMA panel saw? Does a saw like this make any sense for a small craft business? In the case of Stefan Pangel and Franz Voigt, the investment in the new saw quickly paid off.
Wir verarbeiten pro Monat.
We use about 40 panels a month, and it's certainly worthwhile using it. It would probably still be worthwhile with just 30 panels a month, because the machine probably costs around 15,000 euros more than a normal table circular saw does today. And I already save simply due to personnel costs.
Personalkosten schon was ein, ja.
I think it is the right thing for us.
Sofort. Die gehört sofort her.
Everyone is so glad that thing is back there.
The fact that HOLZMA belongs to the HOMAG group expedited the choice of the saw.
Wir haben uns für die HOLZMA-Plattensäge.
We decided on the HOLZMA panel saw because we are very satisfied with HOMAG, the parent company of the group. We've got a wiki processing center, we've got a brand edge banding machine, and they're all part of the HOMAG group.
Die Verarbeitung, das ist einfach alles.
The workmanship is superb. All the cables are neatly covered. It's really solid, and it looks good. That's all part of it.
Und somit haben wir uns
So it took us just 3 days to decide on it.
The HPP-130 is a small panel saw. However, Stefan Pangel is completely satisfied with its features.
The machine has got everything we need, and it's really easy to operate. Value for money was an important factor for us, and this machine has definitely provided that, or rather is providing it.
für das, was wir machen, Korpusbau und Zuschnitt.
It's perfectly adequate for what we do, making cabinet carcasses and cutting the odd plastic panel. I see no reason why I should buy anything bigger at present.
Natürlich, wenn jetzt die Aufträge noch mehr wären, irgendwie für Zuschnitt für andere.
Of course, if we were now to receive more orders, cutting work from other joineries or whatever, then we might want to cut more panels as books, 4 panels at a time or 6 panels at a time, but not at the moment.
The saw itself is easy to understand, and all the employees quickly learned how to use the CADmatic 4 basic machine control unit.
Einweisung hat eigentlich jeder bekommen da draußen, also jeder Geselle, die Lehrlinge nicht. Ich sag mal,
Everyone out there, well, every qualified employee, not the apprentices, received training. The training took only 1 day and was actually quite easy. Anyone can manage it, even people who are not computer freaks.
The display on the 19-inch screen is clearly structured. The employees easily find all the functions they need in their day-to-day work. The HPP-130 allows optional optimization in the office. HOLZMA's optimization software Cutright is used for this. Pangel and Voigt opted for the smaller alternative CAD plan, which allows optimization directly at the saw.
Optimization of the cutting pattern saves us an enormous amount of time. And not just time, but also material. We've defined a certain factor for waste in our calculation program, and then material is ordered according to the calculation program. Since we got the saw, we more often than not have a complete panel left over, where special panels are concerned. So we really have to lower the waste factor. This machine is definitely saving us money. I think it's almost more effective than a processing center, which is really great.
HOLZMA completely redesigned the saw carriage. It is very easy to maintain and saves on energy, as just one motor drives both main and scoring saw. The saw blades can be changed quickly and easily thanks to HOLZMA's power lock system. Afterwards, the scoring saw is adjusted manually. The additional start-stop button is a very practical and ergonomic solution. It is very popular, not only when cutting long strips or large panels. Five years ago, Pangel and Voigt purchased a processing center from Wiki. They've also got a bronze edge banding machine. The new HOLZMA HPP-130 saw allows the Pangel and Voigt team to enjoy a far higher level of automation in their work. All the employees at Pangel and Voigt and the bosses are very pleased with the new HPP-130. The investment in the HOLZMA saw is paying off, and the move from a table circular saw to a horizontal beam saw has brought nothing but benefits to the small business.
We've got it here now and we are extremely happy with it. We are saving time and material, as well as taking care of our backs, which is also important. It's great and it works really well. All our employees who work with it are delighted with it, because it makes their work a lot less strenuous. Cutting these large panels on a table circular saw is hard work. Now we just put the thing on the table, enter the measurements, and the saw does the rest virtually automatically. That is why they're all so pleased with it.
Und somit sind die da schon begeistert.